Hi, this is Nick Gross, and it's time for a model update from the two presidential election models that I'm following, the 538 model and the Silver Bulletin model from Nate Silver. It's September 20th, 2024, and just before the weekend. It's a Friday, so it's late on a Friday, so just before the weekend, the last polls have come in, and they show on the 538 update, the race has kind of settled a little bit over this week into a 60-40 split. So what I like to refer to as a modified coin flip, with some weighting towards Harris, but still a coin flip. Um, the silver bullet model, Nate Silver's, shows a 50-50 split, but for the first time in close to a month, it shows that Harris has a little bit of a higher probability of winning. So but it is basically a coin flip at this point in time. What's primarily changed is what's happening in Pennsylvania. So if we look at, so Nate Silver's got a new sort of display that I hadn't seen before. Um, and this is, if you go back to, this is very similar to the snake display that I showed from 538. On the snake display on the far left is the states that Harris is going to win, getting to closer and closer to parity. So she's right now has a 60-40 vote split in Washington. So probably it doesn't show the chances that she'll win Washington, but probably a 95% chance that she'll win Washington. It continues to be a heavily Harris vote split. Again, Jersey 58-48, Virginia 54-46, probably still a very high probability, and it's not, the swing states don't come in until Michigan, Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, and then Nevada, Arizona, North Carolina, and Georgia. Um, Similarly, Nate Silver again lining up by the forecasted vote margins, the different states and districts. So, District of Columbia, very high vote margin for Harris, and then scrolling down until you get to, again, Michigan with a slight lean, a 1.4% lean towards Harris, Wisconsin with a 0.7% lean towards Harris, and then Pennsylvania and Nevada with a fraction of a percent lean towards Harris. And then you get into North Carolina and Georgia and Arizona with a 1 to 2% lean towards Trump. You can see that the tipping point state again is Pennsylvania, and that's where the good polls came in for Harris, indicating that she would take Pennsylvania. Again, this is a month and a half out. It's still very tight. If we look at the Pennsylvania race specifically, and I go back up here and I look at the polling data for Pennsylvania, it's some positive polls for Pennsylvania. There's one even poll, and then a bunch of positive polls for Harris in Pennsylvania, including this Quinnipiac poll, which has her ahead by 5.5 points. Similarly, in the 538 polling, they have, or that they're not their polling, it's their polling averages. So they have Harris as a 48% chance of winning, 58% chance of winning Pennsylvania. So Harris has a 58% chance of winning Pennsylvania, and if you look at the polls again, you've got up 1.2 points, 1 point, and 6 points in the Quinnipiac poll, similar to what 538 Nate Silver is showing, and so the polls all for the last week or so are showing Harris with a lead, aside from the Morris poll. Oh, that's your update for the weekend. I don't expect any polls till early next week. So probably these models won't update until then, or if they do update, they'll just it won't be with any polls that are involved.